Hi, this is Mr. Mitchell, physical science teacher at Coosa High School, and we're going to talk a little bit about adding and subtracting these scientific notation numbers. You may remember that we are able to put extreme numbers in scientific notation form so they're not quite as long in which to write, and this is by far the best way in which to put them in formulas because these are really, really long numbers or really, really short numbers otherwise. So we have a couple of rules to adding and subtracting, and they fortunately are the same for adding and subtracting. To add and subtract, the exponents must equal, and that would be exactly what is the case here with this first one. Here we have times 10 to the fifth, and here we have times 10 to the fifth. So that makes it very easy. Whenever that is the case, you just add or subtract the numbers. So that's pretty easy. You just go 9.49 and you subtract 4.863 and you end up with, I happen to know this one ahead of time, 4.627. And then don't forget that you do need to bring down the times 10 to the fifth. And it's obvious that it's going to be fifth because the exponents are the same. However, when the problem does occur whenever you do not have exponents the same. But really, you have to get these exponents the same. There's really not a shortcut outside of making these exponents be the same number. So in this case, you have 7.5 times 10 to the third plus, and it doesn't matter right now whether it's plus or minus because we're learning how. The rules are the same, plus 5.25 times 10 to the fifth. I think it would be easier to get this 10 to the fifth down to 10 to the third. So you may remember, to get an exponent in scientific notation to be lower, you would take the decimal point to the right. So this 5.25, I'm going to make it lower, 1, 2, and that makes it 10 to the third. You see what I did? 10 to the fifth down to 10 to the third. So this is going to be 525, essentially 525 times 10 to the third. Now, I know normally we like to have a decimal point right there, but this is only for the sake of adding these together. So I can replace what I had up here with 5.25 times 10 to the third. So we have the simple addition problem. 7.5 times 10 to the third plus, I wish I did that right, times 10 to the third plus 528 times 10 to the third. So we're in good shape because we have third and because we have third. So it's just a matter of addition in this case, 7.5. And you may remember in addition, you want to line the decimals up, and the decimal for 5.25 would be right after it. I'll just put it just for the sake of doing that. And then you would go to 532.5, and don't forget that you are needing to put the times 10 to the third there. So that's exactly what you do to add and subtract. This is a tiny video because next one we will be going into multiplying and dividing. But why don't you do this first? Go to this practice problems that I found online at tinyurl.com/Y3F5OVZH. And it's the same ones you may have received when you received these videos. And you can practice adding and subtracting in scientific notation.